Hello everyone, welcome back to Royalty Soaps. I told you the background would look better next time you came around. I still need things for this bottom shelf here. I do have the Royalty Soaps logo in a neon sign coming in, but besides that, I'm a little stumped as to what to display up here. So please leave your suggestions down in the comment section below. I thought I might even put some dried flowers, like maybe we could do a DIY video where I craft things to put in the background. I don't know. Let me know your opinion down below. It's so good to see you. Before we jump into today's fan design, the February soap release is coming up. We are restocking Succulent Planter, Local Honey, Floating Lights, and Siren's Grotto. And for our two Vault Collection soaps, we will be doing Crystal and Summer Strawberries. People are clamoring for the Summer Strawberries, so we have brought those two back. And for our two new designs, we have the Matcha Latte fan design and my design, the Flora Fantasy soap. So we have 8 soaps available on February 5th at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, royaltysoaps.com. Set an alarm if there's one in particular you really want to get your paws on. And let's talk about today's design. As you guys know, I get fan design submissions both to a physical PO box and also to an email if that's, too much trouble for someone to try to take something to the post office or they don't want to print it off or spend their postage. I get it. That's why I have an email available. This is actually an email submission, and I was completely drawn to it because the entire soap is purple, okay? The person who sent the submission did not give their name, so I shall leave them nameless in this video. I'm gonna pop the digital file onto the screen right now so that you can see it because my printer did not do it justice. This is Violet Dream. You can see there's a layer on the bottom of like this nice pastel purple, and then an in the pot swirl up at the top with 3 shades of the same purple. So really pretty. There are 3 different fragrance oils this individual wanted me to use. All of them are very purple smelling. You got like the lilac, the violet, the lavender, and I just loved it. I really also loved the idea of using violet petals on top. That is not something I have done before, but it's a beautiful dried flower. So this fan design appealed to me on so many levels. It is the most purple fan design I've ever seen. It's gonna be a great ride. I can't wait for you to see it. This particular soap is actually gonna be available in March. The fragrance is very fitting for spring, so this isn't available with the February release, but it will be available next month. And without further ado, let's make some soap. As previously stated, this entire soap is so purple, and the fragrance really reflects that. So here are the fragrance instructions. The only thing that I really had to change was that Violet Bouquet from Wholesale Supplies Plus was not available, so I got Violet from Nature's Garden instead. And then the lavender fragrance oil I subbed out for lavender flowers. So we'll begin by making our custom fragrance blend. This lilac scent from Nature's Garden is to die for. It's one of the best florals. Though I will say lilac is notorious for speeding up your soap batch. So I have adjusted the quantities of each fragrance oil based on their performance in cold process because I do not want to sacrifice the integrity of the design. Now that all the fragrances are in, we can add our kaolin clay. Kaolin adds a really gorgeous slip to cold process soap. It makes it nice and glidey. It's just a really nice finished feel. It also kind of helps the bar harden up a bit more initially and anchors the fragrance to the soap because of course we're not using fragrance stabilizers. They do fade over time, and kaolin just helps lengthen the amount of time that it will hold fragrance. At least that's what I found in my time making soap. Maybe kaolin doesn't do much for other people's fragrances, but it really does for mine. I have my colors prepped, my additives prepped. There's no going back now. I just have to take the plunge and hope that my fragrance oil doesn't completely work me over. Go ahead and add our lye water solution. The recipe that I'm using today is down in the description box below. below. And it's the same recipe I use in all of my cold processed soap bases, both frosted and artisan, unless otherwise specified. My soap frosting recipe is different and it's available with the Soap Frosting Club kit. And now I'm going to blend this batch the least amount I can get away with. Okay, so we have our first layer. This is a light purple layer, so we're adding in some I Dream of Purple and Grape Ape. I'm just using the Grape Ape to kind of anchor the purple. I'm gonna put a little bit of soap in there because I do want to make sure I get all of it out. You can see how much color can get left in there even though I'm doing my most diligent job scraping. I'm going to blend this in first with my spatula here. You can see that nice lavender lilac color. Oh, ew. This is why I was excited about this soap. I knew the colors were just gonna pop off. And now the true test of how fast is Katie going to have to move for this batch. I'm adding in the fragrance oil. I'll begin by blending this in by hand. So far, so good. No extreme ricing or curdling. I'm hoping this is because I didn't use as much of the lilac and violet scent as I did of the lavender ones. All right, I'm feeling safe enough to give it a blend with the stick blender. Listen, it doesn't take much. When you're working with batches of this size, so you're talking 50 ounces total, 50, 60 ounces total, which is close to the size of one of those Amazon purple molds, blend for like 4 seconds. That's really all you need. All right, let's pour it into our slab mold. Here we go. Here's our slab mold. It is thickening, but it's not thickening so much that I'm worried. I am gonna scrape out every little bit. Oh, and let me tell you, this fragrance combination is incredible. It is definitely a floral, but there's lots of different types of florals, you know. Now we can move to the next layer. She specified for this layer an in the pot swirl, and from what I could see in her design, it kind of showed 3 different variations of purple, a light, a medium, and then a darker color being the majority. That is what I'm going to shoot for today. So we'll begin by adding a little bit of titanium dioxide. Once again, I'm going to put a little bit of batter in there just to scrape out anything that might be sitting on the bottom. And then a little bit of Pow Pow Purple, anchored with Grape Ape. Then in the next container, we're going to put some Pow Pow Purple again. This time I'm not anchoring it with Grape Ape. And we're gonna add a little bit of titanium dioxide, just a little bit this time. Hopefully that gets me the medium shade that I need. And then for the final color, we have some more Pow Pow Purple with more Grape Ape and no titanium dioxide. Awesome. And then for these, I'm gonna go ahead and blend them with the stick blender first. Then we'll add in the fragrance oil and blend that in by hand. All right, so I'm gonna make sure that all the color is blended in, and purples do have a tendency to kind of accelerate how fast your batter is moving. I also know that in my next batches, I'm going to remove the titanium dioxide from this layer. It is 2 different shades of purple, but that one isn't dark enough. So I'm just gonna take the TD out, let it sit as just regular Pow Pow, and that'll bring it to the color I need it to be. All right, just gonna blend in with my spatula now. I am so glad this fragrance mix does not curdle my batter. That was the main thing I was concerned about. A little bit of separation is never that big a deal to me. I always feel like I can manage that. But if things start to curdle, the only way to get away from it is to stick blend, which inevitably will speed up how fast your batter's moving. So that's like the worst case scenario for me. This definitely needs to be blended in by my hand. That is for darn sure. It's now starting to thicken a little bit, so I'm gonna go ahead and pour my purple accent colors in, give it a quick scrape, but leave about this much in my bowls so I can add it to the top for pretty whenever we add our gold accent. All right, it's ready to go. So we will pour into our slab mold after this quick commercial break. This container is very, very heavy. This is a very precarious pour. I'm just gonna start by pouring into the middle right here, just so I don't have to move. And now that I've gotten a little bit of the batter out, I can focus a little bit more on pouring. And of course, that bottom part is completely hard at this point. I'm gonna pour back and forth this way a little bit too, just to sort of vary the swirls on the inside. That was truly a gorgeous pour all around. Smells fantastic. Then I'm gonna put some of this lighter lavender color on top. Doesn't have to be on every bar. And my other purple. Listen, I normally stay away from floral scents. In general, they're just not my favorite type of fragrance. This could change my mind. It really could on floral fragrances. This fragrance blend makes me want to try more. It's that good. The top is very specifically supposed to be a texture. So I am just gonna pour a little bit of gold on top. I'm trying to drip it so I don't add too much, but you can see how that's going. And then I'm going to use a big popsicle stick to play around a little bit and see how I feel. I kind of like doing this mishmashed look. I think this will also grip the botanicals I have to put on top. I don't want to swirl the gold too much because it looks kind of funny swirled too much with purple, but for right now, it's just looking really queenly because I'm not moving it around that much. Also trying to flop some of the colors over on top of one another. I just feel like that makes it look kind of creamy, like a gelato. Yeah, especially with those kind of like big swirls. Oh, so good. It's such a good design. Okay, I think that's it. Oh, look at that! It's so good! The final bars are gonna be stunning. Now, for the botanicals, lavender and violet petals. And there are like 4 different shades of purple in the violet petals. I should probably put those on first. Look at this. It's so queenly, so royal. I am obsessed. Tap out all those little extras. I just love it. Okay, so let's put on the lavender buds, fill that in. Yes, yes, yes. I love too that there was no glitter specified for this bar because as much as you know a sister loves some glitter, I feel like this is just perfect the way it is. She doesn't need anything else. We'll go ahead and spritz the top with rubbing alcohol just to keep some of that soda ash at bay. These colors are so beautiful as they are. I don't know, if this ashes, I might have to get a steamer to clean up the top or something because it is too beautiful. I don't want it to move. Here it is up close. It looks like a lavender gelato. I don't know. It's so good. I cannot wait to cut this. We'll come back in 18 to 24 hours to do so after this quick commercial break. Y'all, look at these colors. I am so pleased. I even have Natasha out for such a special occasion. Gonna line this up and press down gently. I do want the petals to fall instead of dragging. If they could possibly do that, that'd be great. And then this is what it looks like on the inside. Twirly, twirly gumdrops. I'm obsessed. I feel like there's a couple areas in the base purple where I didn't quite mix it enough. Sometimes that happens whenever certain fragrance oils tend to curdle the soap a little bit. I didn't see any of that, but now I know to look out for it and go ahead and give it a quick stick blend. But as far as the design goes, super pleased. And the purple that I said I was actually going to take the titanium dioxide out of, I think I've kind of decided against it because I like the very different 3 colors in there. I mean, it's so good. And also, those violet petals are making a statement. I'm definitely gonna have to use those in more batches because they are so beautiful. So here is the fan design, and here is the finished bar of soap. Now, as far as differences go, obviously there's a bit of a difference here at the bottom. It's a little pinker than mine. The only thing that I might amend is adding a little bit more to the bottom. It's sort of a thinner layer. This one is slightly uneven, so I was kind of shooting for this side, but I could potentially shoot for this side and make it a thicker line. I don't know, I haven't decided, but the smell is awesome. It has the gold and the violet and the lavender on top, just as was specified, and all in all, what a great design. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope you like the new background. Honestly, this makes me so excited to create soap now. I love it. I love it. I can't wait to put all my little goodies down here. It was such a hassle, me and my mom trying to paint straight lines. I can tell you, that is like, for the people that are muralists, my respect for you is through the roof. I had such a fun time with you guys today. Thanks so much for just coming and hanging out and, you know, shopping at our small business or just watching our videos and TikToks and stuff. Like, seriously, every time you like an Instagram photo or you watch a TikTok or you even watch a video, it helps my small business. It literally does. So I'm so grateful. Have an absolutely royal day. Be sure you do something fun for yourself today, whether that's going out and purchasing seeds for a little garden you're doing maybe on your apartment patio or in your backyard. We're doing one in my mom's yard. She already has a whole bunch of raised bed planters. I'm seed starting for her this year. I have over like 25 varieties. I'm starting, not to brag, but I'm really gonna save her a lot of money. I don't really care what you do, just be sure you do something fun for yourself. And to the person who submitted this fan design, thank you very much. It's beautiful, and we will be in contact with you soon so we can send you a free bar in March. Have an absolutely royal day, guys. I will see you all next week. I don't know, maybe there's a bonus video coming this week. I really don't know. But I'll see you soon. Have an absolutely royal day, and bye for now. Yeah.